Hello BookTube, happy Friday and welcome to Friday Reads. Today is the 8th of November and yesterday, or the day I'm actually filming this, on the 7th on Thursday night, we got snow. We got quite a bit of snow. Not a ton, but I mean for the first snowfall it was decent. It didn't completely melt by the end of the day, and driving home from work we got more snow. I love it personally. I love the snow. I am crazy like that. And yeah, so I'm super happy. I'm super excited. I'm hoping that this means we might have snow for Christmas. We haven't over the last few years, like nothing major, but there's just something about snow at Christmas that I do love. After Christmas, it can, like, you know, thank you for coming, but you can leave now. But I do love it for Christmas. So we are being joined today, even though you can't really see him, by Bernard. Bean is back here. He's not going to come look at the camera. He's pouting right now. But anyway, and today's beverage of choice is being brought to you by Starbucks. I stopped on my way home because today was like the red cup day or something like that. You could get, I guess, a reusable red cup with your, when you purchased a drink. And by the time I got there after work, they were all sold out. I was so mad. I should have gone at lunch. I thought, because there's a Starbucks there's two of them, you know, very close to the office, and I should have gone, but I don't like leaving the office at lunchtime because I tend to not want to come back. I'm like, I've been set free. I'm not coming back. But, and besides, like I said, it was snowy and cold and, you know, so c'est la vie. But I figured I was already there. So I got a white chocolate mocha. So that is what we are drinking in this video. So yeah, I don't have a major story time this week. Sorta, not really. No, nothing. I'll start really quickly with this. I was debating on mentioning it or not, but I mean, I've been keeping you guys kind of updated with, you know, my health stuff and family health stuff and stuff like that. So this is not, it sounds worse than it is. My dad was taken to hospital this morning in congestive heart failure. He has water around the heart, which they knew about. They knew this. He saw his cardiologist the other day, and they gave him medication to try and get rid of it. Well, this morning he couldn't breathe, so, like, very well. So he, you know, called for my mom, and they called the ambulance, and he went to hospital. So he's there for another couple days. He's good now. He was on like a CPAP machine when he first got there, like a CPAP type machine. I don't know if that's exactly what it was. But now he's just, like my mom said when she left, like at 10 o'clock this morning, he just had like the nose, like the oxygen nose thing. I don't even know if he still has that or not. And like I said, they're keeping him for a few days because they're giving him some meds and they want to clear this up before they let him go home. You know, I was talking to my mom about it and I said, you know, it's one of those things that sounds a lot scarier than it actually is. Like, failure is a terrifying word. And Mom goes, oh yeah, shiz, I'm familiar with it. And I said, well, what? Like, you know, I know we dealt with this. This is exactly what happened in October, right before I went away. You know, like, it just sounds like she's an old hat. And she's like, oh yeah, you were like this number of times when you were a kid. I'm like, what? I had no idea. But it's a common thing. Like, if there are certain conditions you have, or like in my case, I'm congenital. In Dad's case, I think it was because he was sick with the bronchitis and blah, blah, blah. It does cause fluid around my heart. And that's one of the reasons when I was growing up, I used to have to take penicillin before I had my teeth cleaned at the dentist to stop that from happening. So I guess it's happened to me before. So that's kind of scary. But clearly, you know, I'm fine. So, like I said, they're just got to clear all this up, and then he's going to come home. Mom and I figure probably Saturday or Sunday he'll be home. So I'm not worried, although I'll tell you guys, getting a phone call from my brother at 5:30 this morning was not pleasant, to tell me that Dad was being taken to hospital. My day didn't start off on a good note. But it's better. Everything's okay. You know, I just thought, in full disclosure, I'd mention it. My own issues that I was dealing with last week, I'm good. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm having some palpitations still in the morning when I first get up, but I find if I drink some water, you know, it tends to clear them up. You know, dehydration, for those of you who might get them as well, is a major factor into it. And yeah, so I'm doing good. I'm just tired still. I'm still really tired from the new medication, and that will take some time, and I think I mentioned that. So anyway, that's it for story time this week. When I have nothing to report, this is going to be totally boring. Somebody mentioned in a comment something about I know how to have a good time, and I'm like, yeah, or I can't just live a boring life, and I'm like, no, I can't. And I said to my mom tonight on the phone, we were chatting as I was driving home from work. I said, that I said 2020 is the year that no one is going into hospital. I don't care. I don't. No, we are not having anybody in hospital next year. Next year is going to be a healthy year. That's what we're all hoping for. So fingers crossed. Anyway, on to the books that I plan on reading today. Or on Friday, I should say. So let me go to my pictures here on my lovely tablet, of course, as I like showing you guys. So first off, my the ebook that I plan on starting, I haven't started this one yet, is going to be Kavanaugh Stakeout by Marie Farinella. This is a Harlequin, what is this? A romantic suspense novel. This is a NetGalley read. Most of my books are NetGalley reads, you guys know this. Review heavy month. And I'm looking forward to this one. I really, really love this author. I am super, super excited. I'm very, very much looking forward to reading this one. She does not disappoint, let's put it that way. So this is going to be an intrigue, mystery kind of an idea. And I cannot wait. The audiobook that I'm almost finished, and I will finish it today on Friday, is The Bake Shop by Amy Clipston. This is book number 1 in an Amish marketplace. It's an Amish marketplace novel. This has been super cute. I mean, let's be honest, the Amish stories, they're cute, they're sweet, they're of course very, very wholesome. And there's really not a ton to them. This one, it's about a woman who runs a bake shop outside of, it starts off, she has a bake shop, like a stand outside of her house, and this takes place in Lancaster County. I believe that's in Pennsylvania. But it's a little town town in the county called Bird in Hand. I don't know if that's a real place. It sounds adorable. And anyway, she runs this bake shop, and it's very, very busy. And her cousins, her 3 cousins each have stands at this marketplace that's run by both Amish and non-Amish people. And there's a booth that's now up for rent. There's nobody there, and they say to her, you should move in here. And then the shop is this marketplace is only open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And she should come, and she should bring her bakery there, and all of her baked goods, and sell them at this marketplace, and then she wouldn't have to worry about having to stand outside the house. So her parents agree to allow her to do it, and then she meets a boy by the name of a man. They're both of our main characters are in their early 20s, or no, I think he's actually in his late 20s, and she meets Jeff, and he has the booth next door, and he does wood and leather work. And they strike up a friendship and, a potential romance. And it's really, really cute. So you know that the next stories are going to be about her cousins. And I really love that aspect. That's what I love about series books. One of the things I love about series books is you're kind of already meeting the next characters. Yeah, so I'm enjoying this one. I'm almost done. I've got about an hour or so left on it, if that. And then I'll be finished this one. So then when I'm done this one, also on Friday, I'll be starting something completely different. Will be, The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. Another NetGalley read. The Amish one is also a NetGalley read, but these ones I am listening to on audio. Both this one, The Family Upstairs, as well as the Bake Shop, both came out on the 5th, which was this past Tuesday. So they're both already released. I am super excited about this one by Lisa Jewell. I cannot wait. I was so stoked to get this one from NetGalley. This one, I don't know anything about it. It is a thriller. I don't want to know anything about it. This is an author who has so far not disappointed me. I've loved everything I've read by her. It's only been 2 books, but both of them are fantastic. So let's go for what is it in hockey, Garrett? Something about 3 shots. Is that a hat trick? Let's go for a hat trick. For all you hockey fans out there. Sorry if you can hear that noise in the background too. Garrett is home, and he's got for the first time in many, many months, has his 3D printer running. I have no idea what he's printing. But anyway, so yes, so I'm very, very much looking forward to this one. I cannot wait. It's going to be so, so good. And I can't wait to report to my aunt, because both my mom's sister and I are both big fans of this author, and she's read everything that she's written. And when I told her that I had an advanced copy of her new book, my aunt was super jealous. She's like, you have to tell me. She says, I think she's 65th in line at the library for a copy of it. It's adorable. I'm like, just go out and buy it. But that's my aunt. My aunt lives for the library. She lives in a small apartment, and she's just like, I don't have space for books. So she will happily wait because she said there's always other books to read. But it's kind of nice when you suddenly get this like email saying, oh, this book is available. And you're like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot I put that on hold. It's like little presents, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I told her I would let her know what I thought about it. And the last one, of course, will be my 40 Years of Harlequin project book. And this will be Justice Mission by Lynette Eason. I think this is book number 1 in the True Blue Canine Unit series, so this one should be good. Something about police dogs and their handlers, dealing with crime in New York City. Caught in a killer's sights. Sounds good. I'm really looking forward to this one. These, of course, now we're into the ones that you guys have picked for me from my my Harlequin Anticipated Reads every month. So yeah, this should be really, really good, and I cannot wait to read it. So last little thing, we're going to keep this relatively short, is my knitting. And I had 2 projects that I pulled off the needles this week. Both sweaters I was working on. One I had forgotten I was even working on because I haven't touched it probably since about March or April. My friend Lynn bought me the pattern for my birthday, and I cast it on, and I love the pattern. I love the yarn, but I don't love the pattern and the yarn together. So I'm going to have to find new yarn for the pattern and something to use that yarn for because I've got a sweater's quantity of it. It's really pretty. It's like a deep red color, but it's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's got like little bits, and it's tweed. It's tweedy. It's got tweed. It's like a tweed yarn, so it's got little bits in it, and it's very, very pretty, but I just don't think it goes with the pattern. So I'm gonna have to try and find maybe a more rustic kind of sweater that will work for. And then the other one, I did pull the green sweater off the needles, the campsite pullover. I love the pattern so, so much. I love that yarn so, so much. But the problem is that the more I looked at it, like with the again, it was a problem with the yarn and the pattern not working together because that yarn is very rustic. It's a very rough feeling yarn, and it just didn't go with the pattern with this kind of lacier, like with the holes in it pattern. So I will have to look for something else again. I have a big urge to cast on another sweater, and I think I found the one that I want to do, but I have to wait till payday to buy it. And it's another one by the same designer, but it uses a sport weight yarn, which I do have a sweater quantity of that I was looking to do something with. So a sport weight falls like, it's not quite as thick as a medium weight or a worsted weight, but thicker, of course, than a sock weight yarn. So for those of you who are not in the know of what different yarn weights are. But yeah, so 2 projects came off the needles. I do have something that I need to start, and I need to start it sooner rather than later. I don't have it on the needles or anything at all like that. I'll probably show you guys next week, but I'm casting on a hat for a friend. I am participating in a Secret Santa at work, and I am making this person. I'm not saying names or anything like that. I don't think they're ever going to watch my videos, but I still would like to try and keep it as much of a secret as possible. But I am making her a hat. And when I have no idea when I'm going down, because I'll be going down to Buffalo. So it's with my group in Buffalo. When I go down for, they're doing a Christmas lunch. Our manager is hosting a Christmas lunch, which will be super sweet. And so I've been invited down. So I'm hoping I can make it. I said, as long as the weather, like if it's like it was today with the snow, I wouldn't go. But it'll all be a kind of play it by ear. So I don't think I'm going to stay over because I don't want to get messed up with hotel reservations or anything at all like that. So it'll be more I'll drive in like early in the morning and then leave like around 2 in the afternoon to come home, like after the lunch or something. So I'm hoping that they do it on a Friday, which would be great. But you know, I'm open to whenever. So anyway, I am going to be buying this person a couple presents too. Like we're not spending very much. But I just love giving small knitted things as gifts. So when I saw kind of the things that she was into and the things that she kind of asked for, I was like, okay, I have this idea for a hat. So I can say she likes Harry Potter, and originally I was going to do fingerless mitts in her house color, but I couldn't figure out what her house color was without coming out and blatantly asking, you know, and I didn't want to ruin the surprise. But I'm doing a hat that's got owls on it that I have one of myself that I made for myself, and it's called the Who hat, W-H-O, and but it's got like cabled owls, and I thought owls, Harry Potter, it all kind of goes together. So that's my plan, and I think she's really gonna like it, because when I was at work with the baby sweater, she was like oohing and awing over it, and she actually jokingly said to me, "Will you make me something?" So this is kind of perfect. But anyway, so that's not even, I'm not even showing you guys anything, but we'll start with my socks. Living in, I almost hit myself in the face, in my pumpkin spice latte bag. Speaking of, cheers everybody. Oh, that is so good. I do love my pumpkin spice. I have said that before, but I am a peppermint girl. I know that there's, it's like two sides, you know, are you peppermint or are you pumpkin? I am peppermint. I like the pumpkin, but I'm definitely peppermint. I love it, especially with chocolate. Oh, favorite. So not a lot of knitting on my sock done. I've been taking a bit shorter lunches this week, and I will be for the rest of the month, really, because I'm trying to make up some of my time from being off sick, even though I was sick, but still I've kind of got to make up some time. Plus I have appointments coming up that I have to make up time for that for too, even though I haven't had them yet. So that's where I was last Friday, and that's how far I've gotten. So it's not very much. I have about 4 inches. I'm working on the leg. There's the heel. I have about 4 more inches to do before I do the cuff, and then this first sock will be done. But this is being knit out of a sock blank from Rachel over at Night Owl Fibers. There's her little tag. And here is the sock blank. So yes, you unravel it as you go. And yeah, I really, really love the way it's knitting up. So I think it's going to look pretty spectacular. Yeah. So, whoops, there it is. So I'm really, really enjoying that. And then it's just a plain vanilla sock pattern I'm doing. No special pattern. It's kind of my own Frankenstein, as I like to say, from a bunch of different sock yarn or different sock patterns to get the sock that perfectly fits my foot. And then, of course, I'm still working on the shawl. Yes, that is still, oh, and I'm loving it, you guys. I got into the second color. I'm so excited. So here's the second color, all in my little cake here that I wound up myself. And here is the sweater. So mind this, the ends that I'm going to have to be weaving in. But there's that multicolored yarn. Look at how great it goes together, you guys. I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. So I faded in the second color. You can see. You do like, I can't give away the pattern because it's a paid for pattern, of course. But it's like so many rows of each one, and then you fade it in, and now I'm into this one. And yes, the shawl is this big, but not each section is going to be this big because the sections are getting longer, as you can see, right? So the middle and last sections are actually not as deep, but they're wider, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is a pattern. This is called the, I'm drawing a blank. The Free Your Fade? This is the Free Your Fade because the Find Your Fade was her first one and it was the big puppy. Then this one is the Free Your Fade. So yeah. This, the pattern, the great thing about the pattern is it's available in both sock weight and DK weight. So if you wanted to do either weight of yarn, you could. This is the DK weight version because I wanted a nice thick one that I could wear underneath my winter coat. And for those of you who are like beginner knitters and you're like, oh, I don't know, that looks like it would be fun, I highly recommend that you try it. This is not a difficult pattern. What you need to know is the knit stitch, because the bulk of this is in knit stitch. It is in a garter stitch is what it's called, where you knit every row back and forth, back and forth. You need to know how to do that, which is pretty basic. You need to know how to knit 2 together, which is easy. You need to know how to do an increase, which is very easy, and a yarn over, and that's it. That's the entirety of all the stitches in this shawl. And then you get these like really cool parts where you've got this lace work here that you do every so many. So you do like a chunk of garter stitch here, and then you do a lace row, and then another chunk of garter stitch, and then a lace row. And that's pretty much the bulk of the entire, you know, shawl, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And I cannot wait. And I think the third color, now that I've seen the second color put in, and seeing how it's kind of knitting up, the third color is going to be great, isn't it, you guys? Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be spectacular, so yay. So yeah, so that's it, guys. Relatively sort of kind of shorter video from my last Friday reads, but that's about it. I don't have a lot of plans this weekend. Mom and I have to go for blood work on Saturday, yay. And then depending if Dad's still in the hospital, we'll go over and visit, Or maybe try and break them out. I'll bring a cake with a file in it. No, I wouldn't do that. That's just the joke, because it's like nobody likes being in hospital. Especially when you're not feeling absolutely horrible. You know what I mean? Like when you're like feeling relatively good, it's like, I just want to go home. And I'm pretty sure Mom and I are probably going to go to bingo on Saturday. And I think that's really all that I've got going on this weekend. Sorry I did not get my October wrap-up done on Thursday. I've just been too tired after work to sit and film that. It's not the filming of it, but it would be the editing for that one, because I like putting in the pictures and things like that, whereas this I don't have to do that. I can just put it up as it is. But what I plan on, I was thinking about doing, because, you know, you've kind of had a few weeks with not as many videos from me. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. That's entirely up to you. I think I am going to try and do my filming on Saturday. And if I do, I'm going to film that one regardless, and I'm going to post it on Saturday. So you'll get an extra Saturday video. You know, usually you guys don't get Saturday videos from me, but you'll get a Saturday video. And then, of course, my weekly reviews. And I'm not exactly sure what's due to come up next week. I don't have my book beside me, my binder. Thank you guys all so much for all your wonderful comments on my reading journal. I'm so pleased. Every day I sit here in the morning and I have my cup of coffee, and the first thing I do is I update it from the day before I start reading for the day, so I know my page counts and stuff like that. And it's a nice kind of 5 or 10 minute, you know, to get the brain working in the morning, and it's been a lot of fun, and I'm loving it. So yeah, so thank you guys all so much for the kind words about it. I was a little bit nervous posting that, because I'm like, it's not that pretty. You know, I see these Plan With Me videos, and these people have these great journals, and they're so talented, and, you know, with all their stickers and their fancy writing, and mine's like computer printed out, but I love it, and it's mine. So, oh, I left it over there. I was going to show you guys an update for this week. Okay, hold on. You know what? I am going to show it to you. Hold on one second. And I'm back. So, I'm not going to like aim the camera down. I'm just going to take the pages out, I think. So, what were we saying? Videos for next week? What have we got coming up? The December 2019 anticipated reads, and announcement coming next week, you guys, for the holiday book bingo. Yay! I know a lot of you were super excited when I pointed that one out. Yes, it is coming back. It's going to be a little bit different. We're not doing 25 squares. We're only doing 9. So a little bit more manageable for people, I think, over the course of the month. Unless your name is Mandy and you're my friend and you aim to read like 25 books in a month, which is, I can do that too. But, you know, like just specifically those ones, I can't. So let me show you. What can I show you? I'll just hold it up and I'll just show you guys. So this is from Monday. Of course, I haven't filled in Thursday yet, or obviously Friday. So there is, you know, my reading stuff for this week so far. I finished Furiously Happy on Tuesday, which was really good. I finished The Cowboy's Christmas Baby yesterday on Wednesday, which was fantastic. And then here is my little graph. So yeah, so I'm, like I said, filling these out every morning. There you go. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. Oh, there we go. A little bit better focused. So you can see my page counts and stuff like that. So yeah. So I don't know. What I've started to think about doing was, for those of you who might follow me on Instagram, I know Shannon does this, and she takes a picture of her reading progress as she updates it every morning. And I might do the same thing and then just post it to my stories, or something like that, like just the shot for that one day. So let me know if you're interested in seeing that. You know, but I'm happy to continue to show this to you guys, you know, on Fridays. So anyway, that's all I got. I will see you all in my next video. Until then, take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.